Welcome. I want to welcome you guys to my very first YouTube video. My name is Snorkel404. I'm a part of the Neon Nightmare crew, which is composed of myself, Genius Rain, Polished Box, and Dr. Man Kid. Once again, I want to thank you guys for joining in. And I'm going to be discussing a lot of things and games that we actually play. Everything from the Division to Destiny to GTA and pretty much any new kind of game that actually comes out. As you can see, I'm playing a little bit of Skirmish. I go back and forth to Destiny a couple times and like I said, a couple other games. But it's something that I've been wanting to talk about for a really long time. And that's pretty much Destiny and their network. Now, I'm not sure if anybody else out there really has a YouTube video about this. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Not really sure. I haven't came across any kind of videos. But pretty much, as a Destiny player, I love Destiny. I love everything from every subclass to every super that they have. I love all the weapons. Definitely love the raid. There isn't anything else out there like it. But when it comes to PvP, it's actually something that I question a lot, and I find myself asking, why do I play this? Now, when I mean why do I play this, I mean, I have all kind of issues in gaming. It's not that I'm a bad player. I'm kind of mediocre. Have my good days and my bad days. It's kind of like everybody does. But at the same time, I find asking myself, why do I keep coming back to this game and this multiplayer? Well, things that I come across is like, a lot of games have supers. As you play Black Ops, they kind of got supers. They just kind of nickname specialists. You watch Overwatch, each one of them has their own special ability and so on and so forth. But Destiny kind of sets it apart because they have like all kind of modes, everything from Clash, which is basically team deathmatch, or Control, which is domination with kills and things adding in like that. But my main issue is something that the big elephant in the room, which is pretty much the network. And what I mean by the elephant in the room being the network, it's kind of like, how many matches have you really came across where you just have those 1, 2, or 3, or even sometimes the whole team just has that red bar. The red bar of death is kind of what I call it, in the sense of you do everything that you can to try to kill these guys, supers, wasting your whole clip or two trying to kill them, shotguns just not adding up, melee is registering melee in the air, but those guys just won't die, but they always somehow are able to get that kill on you. Yeah, that's that's actually the Destiny part that I just cannot stand, and I really can't understand. Now, when you think about games and everything that goes into them, sometimes you have your alpha testing, sometimes you have a beta testing, and anything that goes into the game, because before a developer actually releases them, they want to make sure that they have that great quality. And I'm not saying that Destiny doesn't, because like I said, I really do enjoy playing it. Me and my friends, me and the crew basically really enjoy playing it. We find ourselves doing it all kind of day, but when it comes to PvP, like I said, it's kind of that, I guess I do it just to have something else to do, you know, because you kind of get played out doing the same things over and over, whether it's the raid or maybe it's just, you know, Prison of Elders you don't want to do at the time, or, you know, you don't want to go out there and do the patrols just to get some certain things done. So you look at it, hey, let me do some PvP. Let me get in here and play a little bit of Clash, maybe a little bit of Mayhem, just to get a little crazy and wild. But like I said, go back to the red bar of death. You have those players that, I'm not going to say it's always their fault, because some of them do have bad connectivity. Maybe they're connected to Wi-Fi, or maybe, you know, the weather in their area or something like that is affecting them. But it's kind of like, I feel in my heart, and I don't know if you guys, you know, agree or disagree with me or not, but I feel like those are the players that ultimately should be possibly kicked from that match. Like I said, not to say it's in comparison to Black Ops 3, excuse me, or anything like that, but when you play those matches, you see those people with the yellow bars getting really low, ultimately you get that connection interrupted menu. And that pretty much halts the whole game, and those people eventually move from it, or pretty much the whole match is just ended due to the connection issue. Because being an online player, whether if you play competitively or anything like that, it has a big effect on it. Nobody wants to go through it. Nobody wants to play with the cheaters or the bad connection people. Will you might be having a good day or something, you just going on the match, and you're like, hey, I'm doing good, but you know there's that one person that you just can't kill, and you just trying for the sake of yourself, and to the point it's like, I just want to pull my hair out and things like that. I can go on and on about that and how many times I came across it. But it is things that they do that have competitive and has that competitive nature, especially something like trials, which me and the crew possibly try to do each weekend. Like, hey, let's do trials. And it's ultimately like, yeah, I want to do trials, but you always run into those groups when it's like the most important for us is normally after you get to that fifth match that you possibly run into those players and things like this. That's like, hey, you know, we're red bar. We even got some messages sometimes saying, hey, my buddy's the host or whatever, he got bad internet. And you try to be understandable. They just say those things maybe because they don't want to get banned even though they're cheating, or maybe they are legitimately having issues. Ultimately, you never really know, and you got to deal with it. You can go in the Bungie and like, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and report these guys because I don't know. And it's kind of like you don't want to be the bad guy, but at the same time you don't want to be the guy that puts so much effort into something only to end up ultimately losing because of something that, you know, Bungie can possibly fix. Now they go in and fix these other things that seem to be affecting it, like when the Night Stalker class first came and they had the quiver issue. Okay, fine, we're gonna go ahead and shut trials down, Iron Banner and things like that, so we can go ahead and fix it. That seemed to not be a problem at all. Or even when they just had the issue that was going on with people getting the heavy ammo, it's like, hey, we're gonna cancel Iron Banner, we're gonna cancel trials this weekend, we're gonna go in here and fix this immediately. And it seems like they can do the hot fixes for those things, but ultimately you still have that same issue that's known as the network, and it seems that never goes away. So when you actually go into the match and do happen to have things such as, you know, you shotgun someone and they melee you, or you both melee at the same time, ultimately that's kind of like a network issue, or that's how they kind of look at it. And it's like, well, if you're aware of this issue, then what exactly are you doing to fix it? Because me as a player, I ultimately want the best experience, so I'm always hardwired. I always have the Ethernet cord in my PS4 and have a stable connection and pretty much try to provide the best overall experience that I can for myself and for others, because pretty much having a stable internet connection is the biggest point of online playing. If you don't have that, then you pretty much gonna have a terrible to experience for yourself, or maybe not really for yourself, but others sure will get the bad quality out of it. But all in all, you know, I hope Bungie eventually fixes this, maybe soon in the update, or maybe in Destiny 2 whenever that comes out sometime next year. But we basically just have to wait and see what's gonna be done. But overall, the best advice I can basically tell you to deal with it is, when you see those players in the lobby, the only advice I can really give you is go ahead and just do your best to just go ahead and try to report them. Because if you're doing a match and they're red bar the whole match, a lot of times some people do just try to be tryhards, and I'm referring to trials. Some people do just try to be the quote-unquote tryhard and just do what they can to try to help carry one of their friends, or just make sure they go 9-0 all the time so they can have the best KD and things like that. But when you really think about it, do you really got the best KD if you always got to cheat to try to get that overall experience? Some guys actually believe they do. Some, you know, really don't even care. They just do it just to do it. You know, that's just gaming for you, sad to say. But overall, you know, maybe sometime in the future, like I said, if not, you know, other games will be coming out, sad to say. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Like I said, I'm going to be putting out daily content. It's always going to be something new and something you guys can look forward to, whether it's GTA Online or Black Ops 3. I try to post any kind of new information that I know of, and just try to keep you guys informed of all gaming and technology things. And so if you could please hit that subscribe button and give me some thumbs up if you guys really did enjoy the video. And hopefully, you know, you'll see more of Snorkel404. And if you go ahead and hit me, you can find me on Twitter at the same name, Snorkel404. I can easily message you guys back, or if you just want to say, hey, I enjoyed the video, or if you want to just say, hey, your video kind of sucked, I can fully understand. But like I said, I hope you guys enjoy and keep gaming, and I'll see you guys later.